Welcome everyone to Nerdstrodamus. I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
And it's time for another episode of Special Stages, where we bring you one of our favorite video game levels of all time, or stages, and we play through it and talk about the secrets, why we love it.
And we try to, like, basically master the thing. Try to get all the hidden items and show you where everything is. And basically just show off what's awesome and unique about these old levels, because there's a lot of cool little secret things hidden all over the place.
Right. Today, we're bringing you one of our favorite levels from Mega Man X, Chill Penguin.
I love me some Chill Penguin.
I love Chill Penguin. It's the introductory... Well, not the introductory level, but it's the first, real level of this game.
Well, it's the first one you should hit. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Because if you don't go here, you're not going to get all the good stuff you need.
Right. It does a lot to introduce you to it.
Let's take a look at this enemy right here. First of all, this enemy only shows up twice in the whole game.
Right, the woodcutter with this stack of robot tree things here.
Do the bunnies ever show up again? I want to say no.
I want to say no, too. Like, the little rabbits that fire laser beams. The bees show up.
Yeah, one of the things I want to kind of point out, and we'll point it out anytime we do any of the levels in this game, is in every level there's these things that kind of just show up that never show up again.
Yeah, like these, these woodcutters do. They show up in one more level.
In Sting Chameleon.
Right, because Sting Chameleon is a forest level.
Which makes no sense for it to be here then, of course.
Well, I mean, it kind of does, because, it's a snowy area, and you imagine, woodcutters and lumberjacks up north.
Oh yeah, like maybe shoveling stuff and whatever.
Yeah, and then we move into a cave, and of course we've got the bats, which the bats show up everywhere.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And around here, you can actually farm this a little bit if you wanted to, and you get a lot of items.
And fill up your sub tanks, your weapon tanks, and everything.
It's a good. Now we're not going to play through this a second time and get everything. But we will show you where all the hidden stuff is, so that when you come by on your second go, it won't be too bad.
Yeah, there are very few levels in this game where you can get everything in one go. And this
Luckily,
is not
Storm
one.
Eagle will be one of them when we get to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I actually like this part a little bit with the weird tires and all that.
I'll tell you what, so those enemies show up in the beginning as well, and they're used to really good effect here because they're actually really difficult to avoid entirely.
Unless you just destroy them.
Especially because you don't have the leg armor yet.
Oh, speaking of the leg armor, and this is the only time in a Mega Man X game where you can't avoid it.
Yeah, they make you get the hidden stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, could you jump through it?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
You can't just jump through it?
No. Oh, you mean after he talks?
Yeah. Could you just
jump good call. If you try to jump through it, you will. It'll no matter what, it'll do its thing. Try to jump over.
No, you can't. Because it's.
Oh, it's all stuck everywhere. Yeah, so you have to get the legs.
Right.
But I think for the time period, they probably gave you the legs so that you knew that there was other stuff hidden around everywhere else.
And the legs make this game.
Yeah, and so much so that the beginning of every other Mega Man X game,
you automatically can dash.
Yeah.
And that's because Mega Man X was designed to be like a faster style game, and I mean, the legs make it.
And this really changes things. These enemies are really weird. Those little pink things.
The pink things that
Yeah, so stand there and let one just come fly at you the next time you see them.
Oh, I'm going to blow that up.
Yeah. Then inch forwards. Now watch how they work. So they fly at you. There he is. And if you notice, when they first fly at you the first time...
They disappear like that?
Well, they actually don't hit you. They just sit right in front of you. And then they'll move in real slowly.
And they'll laugh. And they'll laugh at you.
I know. It's really bizarre. So it makes them really unique because they're really annoying, especially when you're trying to climb up stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parts of the game where you have to do a lot of dashing upwards and everything.
The very first Sigma level, they're in the aerial platform part. And it's really
so
annoying. But another one of my favorite parts of Mega Man X.
Yes.
The ride armor.
And this right here introduces so many cool possibilities. So they don't use the ride armors to that much effect in this game.
They only show up. I think once again it only shows up in one other level.
In Sting Chameleon's level.
Sting Chameleon.
Yeah. So they're used to a much greater effect in 2 and 3. 3 way more so because
you could actually get different versions of it.
Yeah. Now I've tried a million times to get this out of there.
You can't.
Yeah, and I like I said, I want to say that maybe this level's about teaching you things.
Yeah.
Oh, this right arm is going to show up again.
Yeah.
So
now I jumped up here to show that there's one of these things up here, and
there's 2 of them.
Right, but this one particularly, if you had the ride armor, you could destroy it. But you can also destroy it if you get a weapon from one of the enemies later on, Flame Mammoth.
I've tried so hard to get the right armor up there. There's just literally no way.
No, you have to come back with Flame Mammoth's weapon and destroy it because there's actually a heart tank up there. And of course, the heart tanks increase your life energy. Mm-hmm. These guys never show up again.
No.
But that's because they're throwing snowballs. There's no other snow level.
Yeah. And this level's actually pretty short now that I think about it. Jeez.
It is, but it's a lot like the very first level that you played through, which we didn't show, but the introductory level to the game, it teaches you a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. There's we came across this awesome YouTube video years and years ago now that basically talks about why that first level is one of the best levels in all of video gaming.
So that was Ego Raptor. Actually.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah, it was Ego
awesome.
Raptor, and I have incredible respect for him for doing that video because I love Mega Man X. Yeah. So now we're about ready to fight a boss, and just like classic Mega Man fashion, you go through this little hallway.
To give you a moment to contemplate, and a place to go back to.
And I'm just gonna dash through it because I can. And of course we have our boss, Chill Penguin.
Mm-hmm. Weak to Flame Mammoth's weapon.
Right, but
we don't have that yet, of course, because it's our first playthrough. And you're gonna try to get through without getting hit.
I'm gonna try.
Can you do it? I dare you.
I can do it.
I think you can probably do it.
I can probably. Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah. Now, I like a lot of his patterns. He has like 3 or 4 big things he does, and he does them in all kind of funny orders. And he's not really dangerous until like he starts doing things in like really strange orders and starts jumping up towards you. So that whole jumping up on the left-hand side thing that you're doing there, yeah, that's totally a learned behavior.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of people are gonna just play this game and immediately just try to jump over his ice things he's shooting.
Nope, I'm gonna cling to the walls because I can wall jump him.
A learned behavior.
Oh come on, don't slide twice. He has not jumped at the ceiling yet. Oh, he's going to now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's something he usually waits till about half of his life down. Which is more of something that like Mega Man X bosses do later on in the X games. Yeah. Nice job.
Thank you. Yeah, I did it without getting hit. Well, he is the first boss. He's pretty easy. Yeah. This does bring up one of my favorite aspects of this game, and it's the dumbest little thing.
Just watch it. Just watch it.
Just watch it.
And.
Sweet. And he teleports through the thing that had the hook in it.
Just for funsies.
Like, he didn't have to do that. They didn't have to animate that, but he disappears and goes through that, out of there. And of course, we got our weapon, Shotgun Ice.
One of the most useless ones in the game.
I would argue no, because the powered-up version gives you a little sled to ride.
Yeah, you're right. But, yeah.
Yeah, and look, the passcode.
Yay.
So if anybody playing Mega Man X wants to, like, just get a passcode and get past Chill Penguin with all the stuff that you can get in it the first time, go ahead, pause the video, copy down that code, and boot up your copy.
That's what we had to do. I used to have these notebook pages full of Mega Man X codes.
You know the last Mega Man 3 code in the game that got you to the final level? I had it memorized for years.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it was a grid. It wasn't this. It was a grid of letters and numbers with blue and red spheres in it, and I had the exact pattern memorized. Yeah, just for funsies.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that was Chill Penguin. That's the first real level of Mega Man X. And
the only things we weren't able to do in it were get the heart tank.
Which...
we will come back later and do, of course. But other than that, that's all the little fun stuff and all the unique things in that level.
Yeah, so catch us again on special stages. But we're Nerdstrodamus, I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you find us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, anywhere basically there is social media, we are there. But thanks again for tuning in, and check out another episode of Special Stages. I think next time we're going to tackle Storm Eagle! Another Mega Man X level we love.
We'll just play through this whole game. Yeah.
Let's just do it.